All right, welcome in, welcome back. We're getting ready for kickoff. Chief Osceola is throwing the spear. So we are here. Miami, Florida State. Who you got? I think this game might be closer than what people anticipate. This is the big game. This is the ratings war between the networks. I'm just throwing it out there just because you have the big dogs. You got Miami playing at 7:30. You have Miami, Florida State. You have a Big 10 matchup and a couple of Big 12 matchups and an SEC matchup. So this is going to be interesting on the ratings wise. How this is going to shake out. So there is that. Appreciate everybody who has hopped in and joined in the stream. We are going to do a post-game show tonight. That is something that we do have planned. Oh, hell. Trying to get this figured out. So kickoff is underway. So there's that. That's what we have. Let me get this going. All right, so Florida State starts with it. Look at Connor Wegman go. I got 5 other games on, so 6 in total. I think the Gus bus keeps this thing close. In my opinion, I think Gus keeps it close. Ohio State down a field goal early. So we'll see. There is that. Dun, dun, dun. All right, Castellanos wide open out the backfield, out the gate, 88. So yeah, there we go. Ooh. So Florida State is already in. Already in Miami territory. Ooh, Castellanos, that is a issue. That's the problem with Castellanos, because if he gets out there rolling, it is no bueno, really. To be honest. All right, here we go. Getting some folks in. Still talking about the UCLA victory over Penn State. Just a couple of oh yeah. Still checking out the still no details on the Mark Sanchez stuff yet, so there's that. All right. Just looking through it. Wonder how I wonder how Gus is liking just calling ball plays. Ooh. I will say Florida State is not letting Miami push them around. Jaden Fielding coming up for a field goal. So there's that. Also, for all the people that are new here, we do take a break at halftime. So we do that. So yeah, we're getting it together here. Still nothing in Colorado, TCU. Castellanos. I would say quarterback run is coming. Third and goal. Jaden Fielding kicking a 53-yard field goal. Nope. Missed it. Here comes third and goal for Florida State. Can they draw first blood? Hey, what do we have? Quarterback run. If I am Mike Norvell, I am kicking a field goal. Nobody was open. Uh-oh. That smells disaster. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I think Texas Tech might be for real. But I don't know. They don't. Tough to judge. Oh. Big day for Jerry Neuheisel. Um, I'm sure that name is. I'm sure he's going to be the next hot thing at Bama. I'm joking, obviously. Uh, Commercial break. Nothing really too interesting. Texas Tech is up 15-3 on. Oh, that's a pick. All right. All right. So here we go. It's still these media timeouts kill me. Mm. Appreciate everybody out there in the stream. We are going to do a post game call in show tonight. Uh, we are going to do that. And I'll probably leave that up for a minute as long as we're consistently getting calls. But so yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. Also, at halftime we do take a break at halftime. I'm just Here's my thing. I know that some people are probably like, "Oh, why do you keep talking about it?" Um, the Sanchez thing is very fascinating to me. Huh. All right, Carson Beck and Shannon Dawson get their first crack at it. Man, here we go. All right, Florida State shifting around. Tony White, defensive coordinator. Mm, Uh-oh. First down, Miami. Pretty good crowd in here tonight. Did TCU get in the end zone? Looks like no, they did not. The smallest guy on Miami's line is 6'3", 295. And that's their center. Uh-oh. Beck dials it up. Oh, almost. Incomplete. No. Delay a game on Minnesota. Okay. Oh, wow. What was that? Miami goes 3 and out. Mm-mm-mm. What is the flag? What they call their illegal procedure? So Castellanos gonna take it back. Um, nothing in TCU, Colorado. Willie Fritz's group is down 12 points, 2 scores, 2 touchdowns. That's what I think Houston needs to do is just run the ball. Um, Here we go. There is this is a slow mover today. Wow, Texas Tech turns over Houston. Just looking at some other things around, seeing what's going on the college football side of it. Oh, man. Today is a snoozer. They are going nuts in Aggie land. So Mississippi State gonna punt. I don't know. The remodel that they did to Doak looks pretty cool. It looks like they added a bunch of premium seats on the Florida State side. All right. I think if I am Gus Bus, you got to run. I think you got to run Castellanos 10 to 15 times this game. Miami's all over that one. UCF going up early. UCF is up, going to be up 14-0. All right. Just reading. There's injury timeout. Hopefully that young man is okay. And Texas Tech just scored again. But injury timeout. I'm sure the networks. Hopefully, we won't have too many traditional media timeouts. Oh. Ohio State's got to march the length of the field. Yeah, Carnell Tate's going to be a first round pick. Tate will be a first round pick. I don't see how he's not. I would say he'll probably be gone after this year. So there is that. Wonder if Eli Holstein's going to hit the portal. Just Just checking it out. I can't believe that win for Napier today. Yeah, I think he might be short in the Ohio State game. No, Colorado's on the move. Now Kansas, the big tight end, stumbling, bumbling, all the way almost to the red zone. Oh, that's really nice. They are honoring Lee Corso. Quarterback, defensive back. Tough yards for Castellanos. Now he's in the end zone as time expires. Reverse flea flicker. No go on 3rd and 5. Miami was all over that. I'll be interested to see where we find ourselves tomorrow morning on the Mark Sanchez thing. Florida State with the punt. Miami's ball. Looks like a sellout crowd. There is not an empty seat at Kyle Field. It's kind of where we're at. But yeah, for all you guys watching on Twitter, come on over to YouTube. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button as well. Connor Wagman got crunched. Florida State's defense is not given an inch here. This ought to be interesting, to say the least. Miami first down. Oh, got him deep. What's the flag? Holding penalty declined. Yep, and the catch is successful. All right, Miami in the red zone. Oh, Wagman. Strip sack. I'm going to see if Florida State can bow up here. Houston wearing the Love You Blue uniforms tonight. Ohio State ends up getting on the board with a touchdown to make that score 7-3. No. He's short. 4th down. What are you going to do, Mario? Don't get stuffed. Oh my God, ESPN Analytics said go for it. Got an offensive lineman in the backfield. All right, they got it. Miami had their big soup package in on that one. Beck rolling out. All right. Yep, the tomahawk chop is out in full effect. What are you going to do, Florida State? Yeah, Scott, you are kind of sometimes under a rock. That is true. But yes, UCLA did in fact beat Penn State today. Penn State is one loss away from being out of the playoffs. I don't think that smells disaster for James Franklin. Miami on the board with a touchdown. So Miami takes a 4-point lead. First quarter's almost coming to an end. Just a little okey doke off the line of scrimmage. Miami in this first quarter has been picking on Florida State's Wilson, number 19. Yes, you are correct, Scott. Every game for Notre Dame, every game for Penn State is pretty much a playoff game after this week. Oh, there goes that man, Carnell Tate. Texas A&M on the board. Here comes the kickoff. Is it out of the end zone? Yeah, touchback. I mean, Castellanos showing his USF and Boston College days. Do you think apples to Texas after that loss applies to Texas? Oh, yeah. Texas has got 2 losses. They have a loss to Ohio State. They have a loss to Florida. And Texas still has to play Georgia. Yes, it applies to Texas as well. Think of it this way. Before the middle of November, you could have 3. You could have the AP top number 1 and the AP top 2 top 5 teams in the preseason already out of the playoffs before Halloween. That is an interesting endeavor. Oh no, there goes that man at UCF. I mean, I'd love to be off. Well, realistically, for the playoff committee, they've kind of set the precedent to where it is how do I want to put this? That it 10 and 2, 11 and 1, and you're going to get in. So anything below that, I don't think you're going to have a 9 and 3 team in the playoffs. 3 and out, yeah. I don't think you're going to have a 9 and 3 team in the playoffs because of how big the conferences are and the sheer looking at it as it applies to teams that are going to be in the playoff hunt. I think that realistically, it's not going to be easy as they think it's going to be. Well, not necessarily saying it's going to be easy, but if you have a bunch of 10 and 2 and 11 and 1s and conference champions, if you're a team that, if like, let's say if you're an SEC team that's going to be on the bubble, you need Notre Dame to lose another one because that pretty much takes Notre Dame out of it. In this first half, Connor Wagman is getting his ass kicked. Texas Tech is just dialing it up. Ohio State back in the red zone. Colorado up on TCU. So yeah, that's an Ohio State touchdown. Jeremiah Smith, shocker. But wouldn't you want a well-known team that has 3 losses versus a no-name team who didn't face anybody? Well, see, here's the problem. You have the brand recognition, but you can't put a team that's a bigger brand in that doesn't have a better record. That was the argument with Alabama last year, South Carolina, Ole Miss, because they put SMU in. SMU ended up going 11-1 and lost in the ACC championship game. I think so. When it comes to the Power Four, the quote unquote at large bids outside of the conferences, because realistically, if you did it, it would just be the SEC Big Ten Invitational. You still have 2 other conferences, but I think the Big 12 will cannibalize itself by the time it's over. I think the Big 12 will be a 1-bid league before it's all said and done, unless they, have an Iowa State that's undefeated at playing an undefeated BYU, and winner gets the bye. Also, I think you put an 12-1 team in if their only loss is the conference championship. Ooh, Texas A&M didn't get in the end zone. Mississippi State back with it. But I've maintained all along that I think Mississippi State is going to beat somebody they shouldn't this year. That's why in the ACC these games are so critical for these schools. Florida State looking at a 3rd and 11 to start the second. They gave him a first down. Urban Meyer crowdsource. Oh, wow. But yeah, Texas is they don't control their own destiny anymore. Ooh, that could have been PI. And Colorado's got the ball. Ooh, that's a big hit. I would say Ohio State is probably going to start pulling away from Minnesota. If they stop Minnesota here and get another score, it'll be 21-3, and I think that is a pretty good indication of how this one's going to go. Uh-oh, there goes that man. Flag on the play and the punt. If IU only loses to Penn State and Oregon, they should get in. Oh, I don't disagree. I think with the way it's going at Penn State right now, I think Indiana's going to get in if they go 11-1. the Aggie fans are just a whole bunch of ridiculousness. Because really the only teams that aren't eliminated yet that have lost 2 conference games or lost 3 regular season games. That was a good ball by Castellanos. Mm. Gus Bus trying to take some time off the clock. Oh, there goes Tech. I mean, my argument is how are you gonna let Penn State in when they lost to 1-4 UCLA? Well, revisionist history, Scott. Notre Dame lost last year to Northern Illinois, and I think they only won 6 games. Oh no, the reverse being snuffed out. All right. Castellanos moving pocket. Gonna step up and try to run. Here comes a punt. Or is Norvell gonna go for this? Really? Fourth down convert. He's going for it on 4th and 8. Wow. Just say I don't trust my defense without saying I don't trust my defense. Ugh. We go into a media timeout. No, of course. So we'll see what this shakes out to. I wonder what the feeling is amongst the Texas faithful right now. Let's see if we got some scores from today. Old Dominion is annihilating Coastal Carolina. Memphis is up on Tulsa. Michigan gets the win today. Pitt annihilates Boston College. Mississippi State turns over Marcel Reed. Minnesota went for it. Or did they? 4th and 1. They're showing some fans at the UCF game. I think this will be the signature win if Levy can get it. I think that'll be a good one. Appreciate everybody watching. Do a little self promotion here. If you could do me a big favor and hit that like and subscribe button, that helps a ton. And Virginia gets the win today in overtime over Louisville. Baylor ekes one out over Kansas State. Kansas State is DOA. Not the greatest effort by 76 on that one. Colorado picks up a first down. So here we go. Oh no, Miami interception. That's not good. Not good at all. Got to make better choices. Castellanos. Ooh. The backside safety just playing punt returner. That's what killed him on that play. The freshman Bryce Fitzgerald with the INT. Mississippi State gets turned over. Back bang. 14-0. Shot play. Here we're seeing the pick in the A&M game. Yeah, Beck just laid it out there. Another one, Carnell Tate. Yeah. I think it's over in Columbus. Probably one more of those and maybe one or two more scores, and I have a feeling that it's going to be we're going to be watching Ohio State empty out the bench. Another media timeout. So Miami's defense back on the field after the commercial. Washington traveled out to Maryland and got the win today. Nebraska ends up beating Michigan State. So there's that. Do with that what you will. Oh, yeah. At halftime, we are definitely taking a break. Definitely hitting the break here at halftime. Texas Tech, the first 3 quarters of the season, outscoring teams 189-6 in the first 3 quarters. So Texas Tech, with their hired mercenaries, are beating Houston right now. Doo-doo. All right, so we're back. Florida State gonna get it back. See what they can do. So yeah. Oh, they're showing Buckeye Lady. That is some good stuff if you've ever had that. For the folks that live in the Columbus area, Buckeye Lady. Good stuff. Oh yeah, UFC's on tonight. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, starting what is it, next year? They're gonna have UFC on Paramount Plus for free. Here comes the screen. I think Florida State needs a touchdown to get this going. Looks like Houston showing some signs of life. All right, Florida State with the first down. Ooh, Colorado up early on TCU. Yep, there's PI. Like basketball, do the football teams arrive days to adjust to change for cross country games? Typically, like in the NFL, Friday is travel day. It depends on the coach. Some coaches leave 2 days early, depending on where they're going. Oh, that's a horse collar. But typically for college football, Thursday is travel day for most. The one crazy thing is that for years Ohio State, for like Purdue, Indiana, Michigan, like the close Big Ten schools, I think there was a mileage cap on it that they would travel by bus. I think it was like the Indiana schools. I would say Indiana will leave on probably Thursday. They'll have practice and probably leave after practice on Thursday. and then they get to the hotel, walk through Friday, game Saturday. Castellanos out the gate, 88, first down. And Minnesota goes punting again. Well, I guess NHL opens Tuesday. Oh, wow. Florida State looks discombobulated on offense, and now we have a penalty. What is it going to be? What's the personal foul? What was the personal foul? PJ Fleck is wearing out that side judge. In the first half, this is the Carnell Tate show. He is putting on a clinic. Kansas on the board. Texas Tech is up 25-11. TCU. Could Texas Tech be one of the very few Texas schools that wins today? I think that would be fascinating. This is TCU needs they need to get a touchdown before the half. And Houston needs a stop. Mississippi State is still up 3-0. ABC is so much farther behind everybody else. Castellanos. It's fourth down. What's Gus doing? No, looks like they're sending out the special teams unit. Punt team is on the field. Oof. Fair caught at about the 15. A lot of bad blood in this game. I think this is a big game for recruiting for the state of Florida. If Miami scores again, it's a snooze fest, and it'll be over before the half. I wouldn't count Castellanos out, and I don't also count out Carson Beck making bad decisions. But if, let's say Miami scores here, they go 3-and-out, and that'll probably be the half, and then they come out and score again to make the score like 28-3, yeah, then you're looking at a snooze fest. No, what's going to be a snooze fest is if Ohio State goes down and scores. Lance Leipold wearing out the officials in the Kansas game. Some more Bosworth. What's going on the message boards? Florida State. Warchant.com. They are saying fire everybody now. Fire Norvell, please. This is a pretty lengthy post, but this is from message board geniuses from the warchant.com. I'm so tired of seeing our recruiting be so bad and need the portal to field an average team. Miami has high school kids all over the field making plays. Miami's defense is making our offense to have to be perfect to get down the field while they are giving up chunk plays because we have to commit more in the box because our run defense sucks. I've had enough of this. After 6 years, what's really improved? Oof. Hate to say it, but Castellanos is not the guy. He proves me wrong. This is going to be a blowout. Miami has a lot more talent and better coaching. Wasn't expecting to hear that, but okay. John Mateer, they're assuming he is not going to be ready for I believe that was on 3 or Pete Thamel or somebody. John Mateer probably not playing in the Red River Shootout. Oh, I am sure the equipment staff at Kansas is loving life right now because it just started raining at UCF. Yo. And Kansas is wearing all whites too. Yeah, them pants are going to be trashed. What do we got? False start? Yep. Yeah, that's going to be a soupy mess. It is coming down there at UCF. That is not fun. If Georgia's still ranked lower than Penn State after this weekend, heads will roll. I think Penn State will be out of the top 10. Texas Tech misses a field goal. Uh-oh, here goes that man, Carson Beck. 3rd and 7, Florida State bows up. This is where they could come in and make some noise. Via rivals on 3. Jaden Brewster commits to Texas Tech, 5-star defensive lineman. Yeah, that's per usual. Miami with the punt. I wonder if it's going to rain in Tallahassee tonight. Yeah, it is torrential downpour at UCF. I believe TCU scored, so Castellanos, it's like, we need you, brother. We need you on this one. Oof. They just cough it up. White ball. No, that is unfortunate. Miami, 2 turnovers tonight. What? How did he get it? Yep, ripped it out. It is going to be, I would say that War Chant is going to be buzzing and exploding on this. My boy Terrell J says Miami's winning the Natty now. I don't know if I'd go that far, but that's not out of the realm of possibility. I think they've looked impressive. That's why 2 weeks ago I would said Miami's the number 1 team. What would that be? That'll be what, 3 or 4 ranked opponents in a row that they've beaten. I don't think he was down. I think TCU just got another turnover. All right. Here comes Beck. Flag on the play. And that guy is wide open. Oh, no. That's a touchdown. Ohio State is dominating Minnesota. What's the flag? I think they illegal motion. That is tough. Gophers can't do anything against Ohio State. I think Ohio State Miami would be a hell of a matchup in the national championship. Not that I'm booking games or anything. So pretty much everybody's about ready to go to half except this game. This game's about 3 minutes behind. Ohio State has a minute left. USF is a kickoff away from halftime. A&M, Mississippi State getting down there. So they're going to have about 15. They're going to be about 15 minutes behind. I think I'm going to have to change the start time on this one. I'll bump it back to 11:15. So there's that. Florida State 3-0. A&M's going to half. USF's going to half. Yeah, they got after Beck good on that one. Hit his arm as he threw it. All right. Miami punts. Takes a favorable Florida State bounce. They're going to have it at about the 10. So Florida State's offense comes out. So we're going to run a couple of plays and then have another commercial. Great. I would say Florida State will get maybe 2 plays in. Oh, no. He dropped it. Ugh, Florida State got to hang on to the ball, fellas. Miami just with that attacking style. Hyper aggressive when you catch the ball. Ball security. Got to hang on to it. So Florida State gets a first down. TCU has tied it up with Colorado. Ooh, Castellanos hit as he threw. Are they not having? Should be having a media timeout here soon. Yep, media timeout. Man. This has been a long one. Hour and 20-minute first half. So, what do we know? I think that realistically speaking, they need to get Florida State needs a score. Also now, just in some other things, Texas has got to beat Georgia now. There's no two ways about it. They have to beat Georgia. Because if they lose to Georgia, Texas is done. They are done like dinner. So there is that. So yeah, we're sitting in there, coasting pretty good through this one. Where are we at here? A 56-yard field goal attempt Baylor blocked today to win by 1. Yeah, the Avery Johnson experience has not gone well at Kansas State. They thought when they were dumping Will Howard, it was going to be rainbows, butterflies, and My Little Ponies, and everything but. Salter throws another interception. So, oh, how the tide has turned in the TCU Colorado game. Oh, Castellanos sackled. Second down, minute 45 left. Did we get a notification? Appreciate the subscribing, William. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna do the call-in show about 10 minutes after the game. After this goes final, we do take a break at halftime. Oof. Castellanos, wow. So there's that. Castellanos, ball tipped. Gus Bus knew it too. Here comes a punt. Can Miami put? I'll just say this much: if Miami puts up a touchdown with 50, 49, I wonder if Mario will just hand it off a couple of times and go to half with the lead. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. So we'll see. Now they're showing highlights from other games. Great. So PI in Colorado game. Do you think Miss can pull off a win from A&M? Yes, that is a winnable game. Mississippi State they just got to get something rolling on offense. Blake Shapen's got to get it going. 35 seconds left in the half. I think Miami's just going to concede. Yeah, they're walking to the locker room. So, all right, the first half is in the books. I will put up the break thing, and we'll be back after halftime. You guys have a good one. I'll see you in a few. All right, we're back. We are back. So, Uncle Peyton and Eli are going to be doing a whiteboard clinic with Arch. The amount of. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Number 11 is in the building. I gotta. Oh, that's just that. Carson Beck marching down the field. Not looking good. Where do I want to go with this? Oh no, that's not the one I wanted. Da-da-da-da. Get that. Throw this back up. Sorry, I gotta repost something real quick. All right, got that reposted. I appreciate everybody who hung out. Still got 50 of us in here. Appreciate everybody. TCU, Colorado knotted up. But we will have the post-game show probably like 10 minutes after the game. I have to get set up for that. Miami, another first down. Mario's grinding the clock. So there's that. Hold on one. Uh-oh, flag on the play. Will there be a brawl after the game? That is the question du jour. All right. They have got the war chant in full effect. There is that. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in. If you can do me the biggest favor, could be about second and 17. If you can do me the biggest favor and hit that like and subscribe button, that helps us a ton here on the podcast. That helps a lot. But here we go. Oh, Minnesota's still down. Colorado, nothing. I will say I feel bad for the dudes that are on the chain gang for like games and stuff, because them guys, wow. It is that has got to be a tough gig. Wonder if I can get the old TikTok fired up here. Third and 8. They're short. Let's. That there. That there. All right. Back. Got it. That's a touchdown. Malachi Tony. That is. That is a tough one right there. But yeah, I did see on the internets today that they had a after the Alabama game, Diego Pavia was getting into it with some fans. I thought that was fascinating, to say the least. So yeah, there's that. Ohio State's looking like they're about to go down and score. Texas Tech got to kick another field goal. What do we have going on here? That's what I thought. Yes, Bo Jackson in the end zone. I guess I didn't realize that I didn't realize TCU had pink numbers on, or are they pink or are they white or gray? I don't know. I can't keep up with TCU. But yeah, Miami is pretty much dominating. It is pretty much total domination. (21-3) Miami. Mississippi State got a punt again. Texas, ooh, that was a big hit. So there's that. Let's see if Florida State can mount some offense. It ain't looking good, I can tell you that much. That's Florida. That's touchdown. So there's that. Punt, fumble, punt, INT, punt, field goal. Clang, 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 right through the hands. Well, A&M's getting some steam now. Bo Jackson, the freshman. Good to see him get on the board. What's with Penn State? Yeah, Penn State is looking rough. They're one loss away from being getting the boot out of the playoffs. I can tell you that much. One loss. Oh man, Miami. What are we looking here? Castellanos wide open. I know Miami needs offense bad. Wonder if I can do this from my laptop. Mm. Uh-oh. Ah, another pick. Get that into the Twitter sphere. Get that link populated. So Castellanos throws another pick. I think the wheels are coming off of Florida State, which allegedly they were back. It just makes it not fun. Not fun for the Florida State folk. But yeah, we're gonna do the post game call-in show after the game. So also for you folks on TikTok, if you hit the link in the bio of the TikTok homepage, it will take you to the YouTube channel, and that helps us tremendously if you like and subscribe. So there is that. Is Jeremiah Smith one of the best receivers in college football? Well, yeah. Come on, man. Oops. No, you're all good, man. But yeah, the link in the TikTok bio, that are we gonna stack rings? Well, based upon the performance tonight from Ohio State of what I've seen of it, probably. But we're doing good, yeah. But if yeah, they're up 28, it's gonna be a dub for the Buckeyes. But I'm curious to see how the Florida State team responds next week. North Carolina got dismantled. Just worried about Michigan. Appreciate the follow, man. So yeah, there's that. There's quite a bit of so we'll see what's going on. I have a feeling that this is going to be a powder keg after this game. I hope we get them. Yeah, I have a feeling that this is going to be a powder keg after the game, because I feel like there's going to be tons and tons of talking. It's already starting to get chippy. Just looking at it for what it is. Miami running a reverse with a convoy. Oh, man. Yeah, this is going to start getting ugly soon. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 offensive linemen out in front. 4 offensive linemen and a tight end. We're paving the way. Really, at this point, Miami is just road grading them. There's nothing really else you can say other than Florida State's getting road graded. Appreciate the follow. Is Mario going to air it out? $14-14 in the Colorado game. We'll have to see what this looks like, but Carson goes deep, incomplete. Ooh. Texas Tech just blew that up in the backfield. There's a random Georgia fan in the middle of the Florida State student section, and it's always par for the course. They haven't really showed the crowd too awful much. That's another tunnel. That is a touchdown, Miami. $28-3. I will say this much: Miami looks like they have an SEC roster. Oregon fan here, I really think we can do it this year. I think the big thing in the Big Ten is you're not going to find out how good these teams are until the playoffs start, because the middle tier of the Big Ten isn't very good. My thing is I think Miami's the most complete team I've seen this year. A matchup I would like to see. Florida Stadium was rocking today. Oh, I can imagine. I bet it was awesome there. Oklahoma Miami would be the most watched championship game. I think the thing with this Miami team is, than years past, is they're not hateable. I don't think so. We beat Penn State at Penn State whiteout at night. Yeah. I think the thing with Oregon is that the real big issue is going to be, I still want Napier fired, though. He doesn't have clock management skills and can't call plays. Well, the thing with Billy is that as long as he keeps winning games like that, they're not going to get rid of him. But I think he underachieved early in the season. I think it's safe to say Malzahn's not the answer. Well, I think Thomas Castellanos is the guy that he's always been. He can't pick a defense apart by throwing the ball. He's got to run it. They really have to hold it together all season. The only one I'm worried about is Ohio State. Yeah. I think Ohio State and Miami. And I think I'd be worried about Texas A&M. Everybody gives the Texas A&M. Well, you're, yeah, I got you on that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that because Miami is big and mean up front. That's the problem. We're gonna have post game call-in show after it goes final. FSU straight trash. Um, the Gus Bus experiment has not been going well. Their defensive line didn't retrace that screen very well. Florida State was more or less out of position. I don't know. I think if I'm Ryan Day, the fourth quarter, nobody of consequence is playing. Carson Beck, 11 for 12, 187 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's just kind of par for the course. We'll see if they. I wonder if Mario will call the dogs off. But with it being Florida State, I don't know. Julian Sand just got socked. Got that SEC quarterback killing him. Well, if you ask Georgia fans, they were happy to get rid of Carson Beck. I think this might be where A&M pulls away. But I think Mississippi State is building towards something. I wonder what the over-under is on Colorado winning another game this year. Because I think TCU is their best chance. They're regretting it now. Well, I think if they have this year's Carson Beck play against Alabama, I think they win that game. In my opinion, but Texas Tech, I'll be interested to see how good they are. Because I don't know if they're going to get. I think their toughest test. I think they play Iowa State and maybe BYU. Not 100% sure. Backup quarterback in for UCF. Dayton, Ohio kid. Commercial break. If you could hit that like and subscribe button and help us grow this platform. I kind of forgot that there's a UFC fights tonight. FSU talking all week. Yeah. I think the dog crap guy's got to come out of hiding. He's cursed Florida State. Until he comes out of hiding, I don't think this is fixable. What was his name? 321 Noel. I think that guy needs to be held accountable for this. Ohio State about to score again. Hey, there's Keenan Bailey. Good hands play. PJ Fleck destroyed again by Ohio State. UCLA. I think that's interesting. Norvell coaching like A&M Jimbo Fisher. Ooh, that's tough. They got to air this thing out. Miami is just taking the fight to them. Michael Irvin goes down. Holly Rowe goes down. Wow. They just took out like half the sideline. Down goes Holly. Down goes Michael Irvin. Is Michael Irvin mic'd up? Jeez. He must be shooting some content for Fox or something. Tech in the end zone again. Texas Tech has a commanding lead. TCU is literally the gang that can't shoot straight. They're having a grand old time over there on the Miami sideline. Well, it's just mainly because they're Florida State, outside of Florida's their biggest rival, and they are kicking their ass. That's pretty much what is going on. Do I think Norvell could save some face by getting a touchdown? Yeah. Will they? Doubtful. Ooh, they are killing Florida State on the message board. I've got to. I've got to read this. What they have going. Oh, wow. Here it is. Here it is. Warchant.com, the Tribal Council. The title of the thread is "We Suck Again." Welcome back to Mike Norvell Football. Later on the "We Suck" thread, this gets old watching every weekend. Mike Norvell, fire him tomorrow. Enough said. Time to hire a Power 5 ball coach and not hire a non-Power 5 ball coach. The Florida State fans on warchant.com tonight are, I don't want to say this, not thrilled. Did Jeremiah Smith catch another touchdown? Jesus. Keeping it on the ground here. I don't think Mario Cristobal is going to call the dogs off. I don't think that's going to happen. I think I would not be shocked if they rip off a big run and then he goes shot play. Or Shannon Dawson goes shot play. Is TCU going to turn it over again? So here we go. But all right. That was fun while it lasted on TikTok. If you're still watching on TikTok, hit the link in the bio and come on over to YouTube. We'll check you later. They got the fours up. Mm. Yeah. Oh, Johnny Manziel into it with Bama fans. Snow in October in Wyoming. Wow. Mm. This is very interesting. Wow. Yeah. They are killing Arch Manning on social media. Mm. This is not really shaping up. It didn't shape up for Minnesota tonight. Mm. Man, I am out on Nashville 911. I'm sure the people that live there just love it that they film a TV show in their town. When you're also a big tourist town, I'm sure that's just enjoyable. Eye test power ranking by Jeffrey Wright, playing for a title: Ohio State, Miami, Oregon. Maybe playing for a title because of dollars, but don't believe in them. Playing for bids, everyone else. Oh, that makes sense. Mm, That makes sense. You already know Patricia in the Ohio State game is not going to let them score. TCU still has the ball. I guess it was probably into quarter. All right. Fourth quarter for Miami. What was the flag for? There is a lot of chirping going on. Holding. Who'd they get here? Yeah. Yep, you had him around the shoulder pads. They're going to call that every time. Oh no, there goes the ball. See, it is I would not be shocked if we don't have a fight after the game. All right, Miami with it. Ooh. That is 3rd and 14. Although I am shocked Carson Beck plays with the chin strap. Somebody's mouthpiece. Just missed it. Miami's going to punt. Missouri, Alabama at noon. Oklahoma, Texas. It's funny, Mario changed his shirt at halftime. That's a booming punt. Oh, wow. He just got crushed. I would say we're going to get a media timeout. Yeah. Oh, the backup for UCF got some wheels. Wow. Another score, Texas Tech. What's going on in the Colorado game? There's flags out the hoo-ha. Something happened. I don't know what in the world happened. Oh, they gave him an unsportsmanlike for spiking the ball. That makes sense. That tracks, as some folks would say. That tracks. Minnesota going to kick a field goal, and it is wide right. Houston loses to Texas Tech. My baseline assumption is that you have to pay for a title. I've been very clear on that. My point is those three look different. I'm open to the other two because they do fund the roster. Thanks for playing. Okay. So, yeah. Have to see what we got cooking here. Houston looking like they're going to go down and score. Yeah, number 4 is pretty good for Ohio State. I would think they're holding up the signs for personnel. Third and 21. What do you like? Uh-oh, injury timeout. I guess I could formalize on what I think the AP will look like. So Ohio State will stay at 1, Oregon will stay at 2. In the AP, I would say Miami, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, A&M. Those, I think the top 6 will stay. That's just my opinion. Indiana will go to 7. Alabama will go to 8. Tech will move up. Georgia. Vandy will fall. But I still think Vandy will be ranked. Notre Dame will move up. Michigan will move up. Florida State will fall out of the top 25. Virginia will move up. BYU, Illinois. Georgia Tech will probably move a couple paces. I would say Tennessee. Penn State fell 4 by losing to Oregon. They'll probably fall 10. So I think there's going to be not a whole bunch of movement in the top 25, but I think there'll be enough movement that will warrant some things to go on. But I think the top 6 stay the same. I don't know how you can justify putting one at because Ole Miss didn't play this week. Oregon plays Indiana next week, which that will be a banger of a game. What does the schedule consist of next week? I don't think they've released times yet, but what will we stream next week? Florida A&M TBA, Georgia Auburn TBA, Ohio State Illinois. I think that's going to be a blowout. I'd have to see what the bigger matchup is. I think getting Georgia Auburn, Oklahoma Texas. What's the 7:30? I'll have to see what the schedule's going to be. Yeah, I'm going to have to see what the times are. They don't have times announced for everything. Castellanos out of the pocket. Hits the open guy. Oh, yeah, Day's punching another touchdown in. Don't let him fool you. What will Tech do? I think they're just going to run the ball and get out of there with the win. Nope. For Ohio State, not a lot of Buckeye Leafs on the field right now, so reverse pass screen. I think that could have been PI on Colorado. A&M, I think, is going to go try to score. What's it going to be? Florida State? Are you going to roll over or try? Keenholtz, touchdown. Buckeyes. I think it would be more respectable if Florida State could score a touchdown, but I don't think their fans are going to care. I'm sure that warchant.com is looking like a war zone. Yeah, they are. Nah, Keenholz is down. Collins show's probably going to be about 10 minutes after the game, but does Elko got it? So much for State beating A&M. Yeah, not looking good. I would say it's about Dunzo and College Station. Well, Keenholz finally gets in. They got him a touchdown. All right. Mm-mm-mm. Do you think FSU will be ranked after this blowout? No. I think they got the benefit of the doubt against Virginia, and this is going to leave no doubt. Um, I just don't see it happening for them. Ken Castellanos put one in the end zone. There was a hold. I think the Florida State fans probably, when they see that I have the call-in show going, they'll either avoid it or they'll have something to say. No, I'd say yes if it was a close game, but with no touchdown, not a chance. Yeah, it's not a good time when you get held without a touchdown. All right, Florida State, one last. Yeah, well, they haven't shown the crowd. Mario is pissed. A&M gets another touchdown, extra point, 31-9. 3 of 5 for 2-point conversions is Florida State on the year. Nope. Oh, no. PI. Gonna get another crack at it. Hey, Bob Stoops is selling Sonic now. QB sneak. End around, face mask, and 3 flags fly in, but he's in like Flynn. So there we go. Colin. Norvell is pissed. Unsportsmanlike on 55. So what does 55 do? There's that. That's the touchdown, but show the... Are you not going to show the unsportsmanlike? Face mask. Now show the unsportsmanlike. Come on. Softies. There are some empty seats at the Doak. Yeah, that's why they're not showing the crowd. For a lot of the FSU faithful, they have hit the turnstiles. But if Miami goes down and scores, that's when it'll clear out. It'll look like a ghost town in there. Carson Beck, 19 of 23 for 263. Onside, Miami's got it. Yep, here we go. There's going to be some brouhaha. Yep. War Chant hits the nail on the head on that one. Another one from War Chant, warchant.com. Paying players is why Miami is good. Period. Nobody goes to Miami or Texas Tech without big dollars. I would agree with that. Of So Miami has a bye week next week. They have Louisville, Stanford. They got to go at SMU, Syracuse, NC State, at Virginia Tech, and at Pittsburgh, November 29th. Mario just going to keep it on the ground. Miami, since joining the ACC, have not won a conference title. Had consecutive 10-win seasons, finished in the top 10 in the AP poll, and had the same head coach for 5 years. So there's that. But I think that's going to be a hold. It's going to be hold or hands to the face. Yep. Declined, fourth down. Yeah, he had a hold of his, and he was inside the shoulder pad. But I think I would take that hold instead of letting a guy have a free run at Carson Beck. TCU Colorado is probably going to go to overtime. What are my late night options? Duke and Cal are getting underway. So Penn State will be out of the top 10, and so will Texas. Castellanos, incomplete. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Somebody's got to win that game. Nope, incomplete. Nope, there's Jerry Emick, sports information director. .328 yards tonight for Miami on offense. Oh, Castellanos. Castellanos running for his life. I wouldn't be shocked if Ty Simpson ain't leading the Heisman. But I think you got to put Carson Beck in there. Carson Beck might win the Heisman. If they stay undefeated, he can probably win the Heisman. So there's that. We'll get to the call-in show here soon. I can't believe there's 7 minutes still left in this game. No, 55. You are just stinking out loud, my friend. You got the unsportsmanlike. Now that's it. That's all she wrote in Buckeye Land. Whatever happened in the TCU game, there was a big flag. Ryan Day getting some FaceTime. Fourth down. Cal on the board. What is Hoover pissed off about? Did they call offensive PI on that? Wow, they called offensive PI on that, and they're throwing shit on the field at TCU. Yeah, the Big 12 is awful. They are awful at officiating. What a snag by the receiver. What do they got for multi-view options? No, just leave that there. Oh, it hits a Colorado player. Ooh. Nothing you can really do about that. Now, can Florida State go down and score a touchdown? It's the second person that's gotten taken out on Miami's sideline. I just don't get it. Castellanos, 4th and 5. What are you going to do? Well, right tackle he just ran right by him. I will say Castellanos has taken a beating this game. Coming up on 3 hours. Castellanos going to run for it. Oh. They call PI on Colorado, even though he got the touchdown. There's that. I can turn that TV off. I can maybe put this in a multi-view with Duke in Fresno State if it'll allow that. Of course, you won't allow me to use Fresno State. Well, let me build a multi-view. Okay. Fresno State in there. Put that in there. What do we have going? It's live right now. I've got Fresno, Duke. Ooh. That's what we're rolling with. TCU is pumped. Also, got to highlight Scooter's cat. His name is, I think, Mr. Snuggles or something. Ooh, that's way up there. There are a lot of empty seats there at TCU. Castellanos, wheeling, dealing. I wouldn't say styling and profiling, but USF just going to come up a touchdown short, most likely. They'll probably get the ball back with maybe a minute. So there is that. Um, oh, whoops. Didn't mean to hit that. I don't know what they're doing for promotion. Oh, Jerry the King Lawler's there. They are boogieing down in Memphis. Castellanos. Does Colorado have a drive in them? The Fresno State fans are going. They're in a frenzy, Bob. All right. Florida State on the board. If they would just kick the extra point, they would have had 2 more points. It would have been 9. It could have been 19 to 28. We got a little Fresno State, Nevada action. I do like those lids that Tulsa's got on. Can Salter lead the Buffs back? Oh, no, he caught it. Colorado ends up with a first down. And 2-point conversion, good. 19. If they would have kicked the extra point on the last one, or yeah, that's good. So there's that. Oh, wow. We are saying bring back Jimbo on the Florida State message boards. Castellanos got popped at the end of that. Screw it. Knowles 247, a poster writes. Never been a big fire guy, but this can't go on. The trenches suck. Mike can't recruit. He has more than enough time. I like Mike, but move on. It's over. We got butt effed 2 games in a row, and that's not even counting last year. Oh, they touched it. I think Miami's got it. Here's another one from 247 Knowles. He says for all you losers that went back months ago to the replies after we beat Bama, where are you at now? His lack of recruiting and development is on full display right now. Year 6, and we're relying on a 5-5 transfer QB to carry our team. An O-line full of transfers, a linebacker core that can't tackle, and a group of DBs who are wearing bricks on their feet. Oh, team sucks. Mike is a clown. Just just the worst. So yeah, there we go. Florida State. They are living high on the hog. There is that. Also, when this game goes final, give me about 10 minutes. And 10 minutes and we'll probably we'll hit the call-in show, and we'll open the phone lines uh just for that reason alone. It'll be, I wonder if I will get some Florida State folks, but I have a feeling it's going to be Miami folks. Also, UFC's on tonight. Tulsa down 38-7. Fresno State, Nevada 2012. Fresno State wins 52-36. Uh-oh. So what happens when you take your That's what happens when you take your foot off the pedal. Still good bit of students there. I'm shocked, actually. Fourth down. We're going to have to. I'm going to move it to 11:30. Move the post game to 11:30 because we're if they miss a field goal here, Colorado went 3 and out. Mario goes for it. Did he get it though? And what's the flag? Just not your day today, Mike. Just not your day. Yep, he's offsides. You can clearly see it. Ooh, that's a rough meme. Has there been an update on the Mark Sanchez stuff? I still find that fascinating. TCU, going to go to the 2-minute. Oh. They're going to go to the 2-minute timeout. I got to build a new multi-box. Memphis, Tulsa. Fresno, BYU. Cal's up. It's going to be 14-0. Fresno State kicks a field goal. Hoover in there. Also, while we're coming towards the end today, if you guys can do me a big favor and hit that like and subscribe button on the stream, that helps a ton. Two-minute timeout here in Miami. All right. Liberty Bowl. Looks like it's cleared out. It is 45-7. Oh. Well, all right. Dead air, dead air. Nobody likes dead air. Replying to a text. I think the post-game show is going to be interesting. I'm thinking about doing a post-game show for tomorrow night as well, for Sunday Night Football. Pride of the Valley. Yeah, this is not shaping up. Ooh, the new monster menu at Burger King. Anybody taking advantage of that? The monster menu. Oh yeah, I forgot. Halloween is coming up. Gonna be doing the monster mash soon. It was a graveyard smash. Huh. 4th and 8. What are you gonna do? Oh, what? What was that? I'm pretty sure I just watched Mario Cristobal on the sideline saying, "Hey, hey, don't run it. I'm gonna call timeout." I mean, in theory, yeah. Why would you? A minute 12, Florida State has no timeouts. Can he put up a touchdown? That's the question. Because if Florida State battles back to score a touchdown here, what a catch by the kid from Memphis. Just Castellanos slides down and they still hit him. Yep, there's 15 yards. Not going to get my hopes up, but all right. They can score a touchdown here. That's huge. Got to get out of bounds at the 50. Wow, Joe Namath selling hearing aids now? From pantyhose to hearing aids, huh? Ooh, that guy was coming at him like a meat missile. All right, it's first down, clock stops. I think Florida State's going to run out of time. Heave ho, out of bounds. TCU scores again. Mm. Mm. Oh, and he got it. Oh no! Get out of bounds! Get out of bounds! What are you doing? Wow. Castellanos. Okay. Ryan Silverfield gonna go to 6-0. Norvell kicks a field goal. Mm. That is unbelievable. What was he saying? TCU beats Colorado. TCU beats Colorado. Memphis and Tulsa are done like dinner. Miami has 13 penalties tonight for 113 yards. Miami's got it. And I think that's all she wrote, folks. I'm going to change that to this. Hold on. Don't want that. I want to put that's what I want. The Miami people that took Miami tonight are happy. All right, we'll see you guys in a few with the post game show. That is Miami, Florida State, Miami. And we'll see you in a few. Peace.